more can I say?
Top Billin. Yo, Top Billin to ya. All right, y'all. By popular demand, your boy is back talking a little college football, specifically Georgia and his loaded-ass team. So, I don't know how long it's been since I talked about Georgia in general, but ain't shit changed like Rick James, baby. These boys are loaded. And I will say this. If they don't win the title this year, it's going to be some splaining to do, right? It has to be some splaining to do because you really cannot pinpoint a glaring weakness on the roster. Now, there are some spots where it's maybe marred by a little inexperience. However, the answers are on the test. Just like a wise teacher once told me before, the answers are on the test. You just got to unlock it. This shit is scary. These boys, right? That was the last time you saw me, I think. I talked about the injury to George Pickens, tearing his ACL. We know George Pickens, perhaps a top 5 talent in all of college football at the wide receiver position. The guy is going to do some phenomenal things in his career, even beyond college football. So, but with that being said, if you saw that particular content piece, I wasn't really worried about it from Georgia's perspective because Georgia is just loaded, right? As great as that man is, if you think about and go up and down that roster, the answers are still on the test. And then if you saw the spring game, they unlocked somebody who looked very much like a George Pickens and A.D. Mitchell. I was excited to see that guy work. Wide receiver is one of those instant impact positions where a true freshman can come in and completely dominate anyway. So I was looking forward to seeing him. And to me, the best wide receiver on the team is Jermaine Burton. To me, he's very much representative of a lot of these guys that we see now going in the top half of the draft. Not overly big, but extremely creative, extremely quick, great hands, imaginative route runner. You can be effective or impact at all 3 levels on the field, right? Or all 3 quadrants of the field, quick mid-range, and can go and get it vertically. That guy's a damn animal. So he was still there. You still have Kyrus Jackson, one of these guys you can give a jet sweep to. He can work in the quick and mid-range game as well. I love that kid right there, man. All it takes is one shot, one mouth shot, and he's woke up. All he has to do is be put on autonomous driver, right? And he'd be looking like the Dawn of the Dead out there with a big hit, and he's ready to rock. Kyrus Jackson, Jermaine Burton, Demetrius Robertson is somehow still on this team, right? Well, I don't know. First of all, how the fuck old does that make Demetrius Robertson? Is he getting a pension plan? He's been in college for 12 years. He's still on Georgia's team, and we know that boy can run with the best of them. He had a really good spring game. So maybe this is his breakout year, right? Maybe your 12th year is your breakout year. Hey, more power to you. That kid was talented in high school. He's definitely got some skills there. Beyond him, man, I'm probably going to miss some people. Marcus Rosemey, dude can run some routes, has great hands, coming back from a pretty nasty injury right there. But, of course, the talent is all there. I'm not sure about Dominic Blaylock, but if he was able to play a Dominic Blaylock as well, and then you go to the tight ends with Granddaddy Washington out there, Big Lurch, U-Rang. Come on, who's messing with that dude, right? And then they had the young tight end Bowers. I was seeing him. I'm like, wow, this is ridiculous. The offensive line, we shall see, but the talent is there on the offensive line, and, of course, the running backs are on swole. Quarterback position, to me, on swole. JT Daniels is set to have a huge year. The answers were on the test. But now you go and grab a certified metahuman, a cyborg, and Arik Gilbert. Arik damn Gilbert. How, Sway? Now, listen, I ain't going to lie. Some of you people are annoying as shit, right? So, obviously, the man committed to the University of Florida. I don't know how much I can talk about this. I don't know what's out in the media. I don't even pay attention to college football these days, if I'm being honest about the situation. I told y'all a long time ago, at least a year and a half ago, that I wanted to transition primarily to the NFL. I would come back and talk about big shit in college football, and, of course, there'll be a couple of teams during the season that I will kind of work a little bit of film study coverage for, but transitioning to the NFL. But these dudes coming in here talking about when I did the film study, which I'm going to repost right here, right? I'm going to repost that right there. I'm going to add some new clips on here, just kind of examining a few things, and then post that on right there for you guys who did not see that in regards to when he committed to Florida. Now, he committed to Florida. There's no ifs, ands, or buts about that. It was not a speculation or anything like that. He came out of his mouth, sent the tweet out. He committed to Florida. So that was a done deal right there. But it's not a done deal until it's a done deal, if you get what I'm saying there. So circumstances, I don't know. You know what I'm saying? They're saying circumstances made it to where he was not able to go to Florida right away. And here we are right now. All right, there's no fault to Florida's or whatever like that. These things just happen. So it was going to be great to see him at Florida following in Kyle Pitts. It's something I concentrate on in the film study right here. So if I mention Florida or something like that, relax. It's not that serious. This is a repost, but the film still remains the same, right? The guy's still a damn animal. Could go and get it with the best of them, can pluck and can stab. And now if you're talking about him transitioning to a wide receiver predominantly, we're in a day and age of positionless football anyway. If you saw how he worked at LSU, there were plenty of times where he was a wide receiver, period. Right? He wanted to be that coming out of high school. I don't think that's his best measure or his best road to getting to the NFL. If you just saw Kyle Pitts, how high he went, you come in on the back end of Kyle Pitts here in a couple of years, you get that comparison right there. You're putting yourself in the top 10 in the draft. You become just a pure wide receiver, then they're going to start to kind of pick apart at you and how you would be just flexed out all the time. Or if you're in the slot or whatever like that. Maybe in the slot's a little bit better, but if you were posted out at an exterior receiver spot, they're going to start to kind of pick apart that. I'm not sure that's his best measure, but he can do it. By all means, he can do it. The guy's a freak athlete. If you're trying to compare him to a George Pickens, I think they're pretty comparable right there. There are going to be some things that George Pickens is probably able to do. He's a lot smaller as far as his frame-wise. Arik Gilbert is like 6'5", 255 pounds. What? 6'5", 255, you're talking about becoming a full-time receiver, much bigger than even Calvin Johnson, I believe. Or maybe, I don't know. I have to go back and look at Calvin Johnson, see what he was working with there, pause. But that man can definitely play on the outside, but they just need to move him around. It does not matter. Put him on the tight slot. Put him in the slot. Put him outside. Put him at sniffer. Do everything. Just move this guy all around. That's what it should be anyway. You have all those targets. You just need to find mismatch problems, and they would definitely do that, man. But without further ado, man, let's go ahead and get into it. Bear with me a little bit. Your boy's under the weather. 3x1. Guess who is the backside ISO receiver? That would be one Arik Gilbert. You see him here on this skinny post, right? On this bang 8. And you can see the type of route running prowess that he has. He's able to stab this with an outside approach just to kind of press the seam. I'm not sure if he ran it more like a seam route and it was probably supposed to bend a little to the post, but something got lost in translation here. But you can see very much similar to like a Darren Waller, who was probably around his size, 6'6", 250 something. Look at that. Oh, that was a touchdown. That was a touchdown. We got to talk about something with Arik Gilbert here. Got him press it vertically. Stick that foot in the ground. Big man moving. Big man has some seamless transitions. See it right here. TJ Finley. I'm not sure if he's look like expecting them to kind of, definitely bang it to the post. Bang 8 right there. Now, check this out. I've seen, of course, if people know, I've seen Arik Gilbert play in high school quite a few times. I always thought his hands was kind of suspect. Now, is he going to drop everything? No, not at all. The guy can catch. There's no doubt about that. I'm not sure if it's a concentration thing or something like that, but imagine this. If you're at an exterior receiver spot, the further the ball gets down the field, the harder it is right there. So that right there, I believe, was catchable there, and it was a what? That, my friend, was a house call, right? You would have to rack him if he caught that there, but I'm not sure. They were in quarters coverage, and definitely got to do better than that. But you can see right here, man. You want to send him vertical? I think he can go and get it for sure. There's no doubt about that. The tight slot here, you're just going to see him with a little stick route, but then you'll see him kind of slide and find the void in the defense here, right? Really good football intelligence right here. His MO is going to be catch and run. He cannot be fucked with in the catch and run situation. He's just too damn big, too athletic. You give him an inch, he'll take a mile. There's no uncertain terms. This guy is unadulterated physicality. Look at that. Oh, people are going to make business decisions when this guy is there. Now look at that. You see him kind of find the void? See, he's sitting that over right there. The linebacker can definitely press that. Him and Finley have to be on the same page. He subtly slides away from where the linebacker Morgan is right there. gets himself into the void, and then get himself a few more yards. Don't lower that shoulder. Pure physicality. It's just going to make you prove yourself time in and time out when you're trying to corral him in the catch and run game. Similar deal right here. Would you call him a tight end in this particular situation? If this were, if you wanted to say if this were 10 personnel or whatever like that, and there were no designated tight ends in the game, you would just call him a slot receiver. And to me, that's exactly what he should be for Georgia. Got to have Granddaddy Washington up in there. He's one of the best blockers I've ever seen at a tight end position. A legitimate inline tight end. This guy just needs to be a slot receiver, right? So just running another sit down route here or stick route, and you can see what he does after the catch. That's what I want to see him do. Continuously move the chains, be that safety net for your boy JT Daniels. Look at that. People are going to get tired of tackling a guy like that. Ooh, look at that. Come on. Got him leaning to the contact right here. Lean to the contact. Have to meet the safety right here. Let's get it. Boom. Right? He's done. Right? He got his colon cleanse for sure. There's no doubt about that. Colon cleanse right there. And he fertilized himself. And he's on Dream Street. He's walking on sunshine. ISO'd into the boundary again. You'll pretty much just see this route ad nauseum right here. We're going to go ahead and move on and bring back in the film study that I previously did. Parts of it had to be left on the cutting room floor because of some stupid-ass copyright violations. So make sure you support quality content, man. I tell you guys all the time, you just never know, man. These dudes be coming in here 5 seconds of a clip or something like that, and they'll claim content ID claim on the whole entire thing. So make sure you support quality content. Anything you want to give us anything, man. Keep the lights on here at Top Billin. You guys, are you not entertained? And are you not educated? So same deal right here. They could run this route ad nauseum. I don't see how they would be able to stop it. It's just pretty much him posting up, like in basketball. Him post up, get his back to the basket, catch the ball, move the chains. See it from right here? Look at him right there. See? Get his ball, get his body in between his man and the basket or whatever like that. TJ Finley throws it to the inside, and he's able to catch that bad boy. All right, let's go ahead and bring the other film study in. All right, here we see my man attach this. All right, if you're able to throw somebody like this in an even exchange situation right here, ball kind of underthrown right here, right? Should have been led more to the sideline, but it does not matter. He goes up with ruthless aggression and goes up and attacks that bad boy. All right, pretty much have motion and stack here. He's going to be running a ooh, snap. All right, might be the first time he got his colon cleanse right there, right? You got triple action on him right there. Took a tough hit right there, but, man, of course he gets up like ain't nobody business. But if you see right here, tight window throw there by Brennan. Great catch by him. Great concentration, but you'll see the theme of this right here. One man trying to get this big dude to the ground. It's a little bit different, even a little bit different than maybe even Kyle Pitts with the yards after the catch from that standpoint, from a physicality standpoint right there. So that's hard. All right, a little bit of a route transition right here on this out route. Look at him stab it. Come on, fam. What are we doing? Look at this. So your man right here, pushing it vertical until it's not. Splitting the man half a man right there, right? Working with the outside leverage there. Yeah, right. Look at that. Stick that foot in the ground. Seamless transition. Doesn't have to bog down. And, of course, he's got that big body, man. Built much like a Calvin Johnson or somebody like that. But look at that. Look at him able to keep himself between the ball and the man, right? Use his body and then go out and pluck. Ooh. That, my friends, is magnificent. Go out, pluck that bad boy, come down. Let's move them chains, baby. Move the chains, move the chains. All right, you got to like this. Scott Linehan's offense did work a lot of 11 personnel, did work plus grips, numbers, man, right? I met this man when he was younger. And shook his hand and shit. I'm like, what's up, dog? And he's like, and he messed my hand up and shit. Like, my shit was like, it was like one of them hands for a while and shit. Like, I had one of them little baby hands and shit like that, right? This man doesn't know his own strength, right? He's like Bam Bam. He's like Bam Bam from the Flintstones, right? We're going to call this man Bam Bam Gilbert. Look at Bam Bam right here, right? See him right here? not telegraphing or anything like that. Hits the sharp slant. Ware's right there, but guess what? It doesn't matter. This man has great concentration with the ball, can catch in traffic, and then boom, right there. Then it's you versus me right here. And what? Come on, right here. You're going to get a 190-pound defensive back on this dude that's 255 pounds and that strong? Look at him. Stays on his feet, shakes the tackle. That man right there had to fertilize himself with that colonic right there. Somebody get some wool light for that man's draws. And then Arik Gilbert getting you some more of that yak master. All right, back outside in the 2x2 again. Just pretty much a hitch. And then, of course, you know what he's going to do. He's going to break that tackle. Look at that. Look how many men it takes to get this man down. Papo up in there. My boy Pap up in there. All kinds of cats right there. Pap and Gilbert, right? That's old school right there, right? Grayson versus Marietta. But you can see right here his balance. He has fantastic balance, right? You can see this 2 times in a row. He's able to, the dexterity and everything about this kid, right? He's just a perfect athlete, man. Perfect body frame and everything. Like I said before, I believe not only would his skill set translate between offensive defense, he could play other sports as well. All right, 3x1 nub. You see him right here, nub side, running the seam. Look at him. They don't have a good replay for this, but you can see him quickly get on and separate from the DB who has outside leverage. Brennan puts it on him, goes up, grabs it, and stabs it. Touchdown. All right, back flexed off here. If you see right here, lining up a lot over the formation. Now, his blocking, I think, is actually pretty good. He's very physical at the point of attack. A little bit different from Kyle Pitts in that aspect there. Pitts had to grow into that. Obviously, Pitts was a lot smaller as well, just growing into a bigger frame. Gilbert is already there, but as far as the route tree, going to Florida, he's going to run more different style of routes there, right? You'll see a lot of the same routes in his repertoire, but seeing them out routes, he's money with, right? Getting himself between the ball and the receiver there, can't do nothing with him. All right, see Pitts here in a tight slot, working against man coverage. Now look at that. You see that? The hesitation, a lot more space they're working out with right there in that particular spread. You can see here in the option route. Give him a chance to be the option route. Look at Kyle Trask not staring down the receiver, as somebody once said there on some content that I just did there, but it is what it is there. But as far as Pitts here with this option route, them being on the same page, see him taking that inside technique there with the outside leverage. Grabs that out of the sky, stabs it, and then the yak is in full effect there. Man, gonna miss watching that dude play at Florida. Can't wait to see him in the NFL, though. All right, Pitts here, winged off, running the seam. You can see him. Look at the hezzy on the linebacker, separating. Might be a little more explosive, right? Able to get up to speed a little bit quicker than Arik Gilbert, but Gilbert can run as well. So I'm going to absolutely love seeing him running these type of routes right here. It's going to be awesome, man. It's going to be dope. So
what more can I say?
Top Billin.